presented by AT&T. Europe is here. It is now. In Virum, Suije, let's make it happen.
Let's take it away. Game number 1. Give us your hype in chat here for EU. They are fighting to see who is the best in Europe. And already the side of Team Noob is coming out swinging, and King will be the target, but not finding this initial kill. Unless King decides to walk right back in. That is the heal already being forced out already, though, from the side of Team Noob. And in return on the opposing side here for Vitality. What a scuffle to start things off already in this game. Team Noob decides they want to just fight 5-man all day, all the time.
Yeah, and they secured that. Vex did such a good job at stealing away the red buff there. And you saw how precise all these teams. You see the power of Ryoma. That Wailing Blade stun along with his passive Naga Jinjutsu hit just does so much damage. And this is why you need to predict and expect a Ryoma composition jungle to invade you always. They have to. That's their win condition. So just counter invade. You know, trade jungles instead of trying to salvage your jungle. And now you're going to fall a little bit behind here.
Yeah, that's definitely a big factor here in this early game. We talked about that is where Team Noob is going to shine. But of course, you look at Pitch, you look at that Malik, you look at some things they do bring to the table here. I mean, you look at Wonderman in the late game, which you get so tanky, Zuka as well. They do have a decent force here, and it's not going to be like a total blowout if they do manage to get to that late game, but really, Team Noob is going to look to just put the screws to Vitality in this early game. They cannot give Vitality any room to breathe. They need to constantly be the aggressors.
Yeah, exactly. They need to continue to put this pressure. They're going to dominate the dragon side of the map. They are positioning up for the Spirit Center, but look at the base, look at the bush camping there by the side of Vex. And Poseidon, and does he get it? Wow.
That was a calculated invade there from the side of Team Noob, so nicely done from them there to keep that pressure up on their opponents. I mean, that was, I guess, what they needed to do here. Vitality, though, they're just struggling.
I think Vitality was able to get the Bat Sentinel, though, the Spirit Center, because look at the gold lead. It's even now.
That's true.
Like, Vitality actually, I think, took that, and I thought SK almost stole it, but that's really a really good play by the side of Vitality. And now Dragon is not even in play. Like, no one is posturing towards it, trying to get it. And this is something that Team Noob needs to set up and try to take, and this is exactly what they're going to do. Yeah,
Team Noob is looking to go in here onto this Abyssal Dragon here. And it looks like Vitality is slow to respond, and I say slow to respond, I mean they're just not going to bother. So that was a lot of damage coming up from Team Noob already, though, in this early game. This is where their draft shines, and we're seeing it there. They're able to just delete the Dragon.
Yeah, and this is why you cannot give up Dragon's side of the map like that. It's in play. The Dragon is alive and in play. You have to make sure you have someone watching it, or you pull it out and you reset it, so you basically slow down or you dissuade your opponents from trying to take it. But because no one was there, no one is posturing near Dragon or aware that Dragon was there, Team Noob just rotates and takes it easily.
Yeah, zero contestation coming in from the side of Vitality. But again, they don't necessarily want to. They need to find the most favorable engage here if that's the situation, because of course, they don't have the strongest comp to start things off. Mina in this early game, she's so squishy. She's not going to be doing a whole lot for her team. She's going to be trying to find those initiations, trying to find the taunt. But if the entire side of Team Noob decides, that's fine, you want us to hit you, we'll hit you, she is just going to melt.
Yeah, and you see what Redemption is doing there. He's setting down the traps from Lindis. The traps give vision for Lindis, and any opponents can't see the trap. So that's something that is really good for Lindis. She has so much vision and basically allows you to not get ganked because of the ability and the range of those traps that she can set right into the bush to check to see if an opponent is bush camping and waiting for her.
Yeah, the vision that it offers, I mean, so much of her kit has that control element to it as well. So we'll see how that plays out here in the early game. They just really want to make sure that they keep her alive. Lindis is so crucial here. Redemption, we know how strong of a player he is, so they need to make sure that they continue this. The blue buff is going in. Oh, 9 almost stole that there. That could have been so clutch. He was off by mere, it wasn't even seconds. It was less than seconds.
Yeah, and Vitality is doing a really good job rotating and protecting their jungle, not allowing any of this aggressive play to convert into a jungle successful invade from the side of Team Noob. So Vitality is actually holding their own. It's already almost 5 minutes, and they're not even that behind, which is looking pretty good for the side of Vitality, given their comp needs to scale into the late game.
Yeah, I'm actually so impressed by this. And again, it just, you know what? This is the play. This is completely intentional. It's not that Vitality's not aware that Team Noob is going to take that, it's just they realize they can't fight it. The only way that they really allow the snowball here is not from these dragons, it's from giving up multiple kills, from contesting and fighting. So every single time they go for the dragon, they immediately go for the Spirit Sentinel. They're going to get some victory on the map.
And look how Moon's positioning. He knows that they're more dominant. He's positioning behind the river. He's safe under his tower. He's playing super safe, not letting anyone get a pick. And because picks aren't happening, invades, that's the condition to invade, right? To shut down your opponent's jungle when you get a nice gank. And because of Vitality playing so cautiously and understanding their opponents and what their opponents want to do, Vitality is surviving. And look at his rotation in jungle. They all rotate their jungle together to make sure that these invades will not be successful.
Yeah, that's huge. They're just making sure that the carry is getting that farm, that they're protecting that critical, pivotal hero here, especially in this early game. If Redemption gets picked off, if he gets caught here, that could be disastrous. And already setting up those traps, Redemption having that knowledge. But we're looking at the levels right now, and because they're forced to sort of split this XP like this, we are seeing a little bit of a deficit in terms of the levels coming out now for the side of Team Vitality here. Team Noob just slightly ahead as the invade goes in there. That is the Zuka, the follow-up, the damage there. Moon is forced to retreat. Redemption, though, is the target. Azur trying to peel. No, Redemption, don't stand in that! That was not where they wanted to be, and 9 is now diving in there as well as First Blood going over there. Vitality, but trading out 1-for-1, and Wonder Woman might have stepped too far forward.
Yeah, she did, trying to get that kill onto the Lindis there. But look at it, they also get a kill on Azuka. So this was a positive trade for the side of Vitality, getting the kills. However, they cannot give this tower up, and they barely secure the tower. Look at the health on that tower. That was a really good engage by Zuka there. Zuka is so good as an assassin to get onto the Lindis and do that AoE damage, and that's exactly what they did.
That tower is a firm breeze falling over at this point. It literally doesn't have a health bar. Moon, that is not safe, friend. Thinking you can stay under there, that is not the stance, friend. But overall, so far, I have to say Vitality looking pretty solid. Again, feeling this momentum here and not giving up any massive early game deficit here. In fact, they're pretty much only 1K gold behind. Considering they've given up 2 dragons, that's actually fantastic for them.
They've been trading the Spat Sentinel. They've been getting Spirit Sentinel, but this tower, it's gonna fall down. Just one easy hit from Ryoma there. Lindis' trap entrapment actually lasts for about 2 minutes on the map. So as long as Redemption uses that and prevents these ganks from happening again, then Vitality can play a little safer turtle and continue to snowball this. But look at that, 1 tower and 1 dragon puts them almost 2K in the lead.
Yeah, that's just huge for them right now, and we do see them looking to possibly get that gank there onto Suitara in the bot lane, but not able to find it as well. Max versus this Malik in the top lane. We haven't really talked much about this matchup. It's pretty much been back and forth, fairly even. King has been doing a fantastic job here up against Pitch. Max is such an annoying hero to do.
Oh
Pitch
my
needs to
goodness.
be careful.
Did you see that? He dodged the Malik hit with his jump over ability, his second ability there. What a very good play. King, this guy is just mechanically talented.
He is mechanically excellent indeed. I mean, he's forcing the Malik out of lane right now. That's actually huge. Oh, but the snipe coming in there. 1 firm smack to the head from the stick, says Zuka, and that is the Spirit Sentinel going over their way as well. So Team Noob still controlling this dominance, but literally, this is just protect the carries right now.
Yeah.
L'Oreal and Lindis, they're having a blast right now. Azur, the ladies for the side of Team Vitality are just doing work.
And look at L'Oreal. She is going to finish and start building towards Aegis, which gives her 360 or so armor, which is going to work really well into the damage burst that you see coming from the Ryoma and the Zuka here. And once she finishes like 3 to 4 tier 3 items, L'Oreal is going to be a pain in the butt to deal with against the side of Team Noob.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to shut her down. She's just so nimble, just so mobile in these engages as well, but the rotation is now starting to come in. But King, that map awareness, that map sense communication, he is out of there in an instant, not catching them out. That's one thing I have to give props to both these teams, is they really haven't found anybody just out of position. No free kills here. They have had to pay for every takedown in blood.
Yeah, and look at that. Redemption is not that far behind in farm. He has 4.8, 4.9 versus the Roma at 4.6. So in terms of jungler to jungler matchup, he's actually farming pretty well. But Zuka, look at it. Zuka is really ahead. This is his power spike right here. He has 3 tier 3 items. He needs to make plays with this because Zuka starts to fall off a little bit in the late game. His most powerful spike is right in the mid game right now, where he can make a lot of crazy plays with the burst he has.
Oh, he's just so nimble, just so mobile. And of course, he is able to just lay down that burst damage. I'm really looking for him him to start to do that now, to carry his team and allow Wonder Woman to sort of scale a little bit more towards this late game. And of course, the Malik as well is going to do work. All the while, of course, Ryoma and Zuka, these are the two we have to watch for here. Going in on Suitaro in the top lane, but he's going to make himself immune there.
Yeah.
Mitch is going to commit, but that was not the play. And
nice counter. Like, Chaos Protection just counters the Malik shock ultimate there. Not be able to stun anybody. And really, really nice job. But that's why Chognar is just so hard to deal with. Chognar is just so hard to gank.
But all the while this rotation is going on, Max is pushing down this bot lane, but the Darkslayer isn't one in contention. The blue tower is going to fall, but that is the pick there. And Redemption standing too far forward. There's just so much damage. Moon is trying to 1v4 the team of Vitality right now. Moon is absolutely going off, deleting them right now as King joins in the fray. Moon is a beast, destroying this team right now. In the end, they pick him off, but at what cost? They did so much work. King is going to be the last man standing, but Moon almost just went so clutch.
Yeah, that's where we see L'Oreal there has just the 3 tier 2 items and starting to do so much work. She excels against this combination. The Zuka, the Roma, the Wonder Woman, they're all melee. They all want to bunch on top of each other and on top of her. And when they're fighting on top of L'Oreal Ultimate, L'Oreal can literally carry in 1v3 easily, as we just saw. So as long as L'Oreal continues to get to her late game, it's going to be a much harder and harder fight for Team Noob to win.
But we're already seeing it here in this sort of mid to late game that L'Oreal is already becoming way too hard for them to deal with. Malik actually ended up falling as well on the back of that fight. There was a moment there where I thought she might legitimately just straight 1v4. The side of Team Noob survived with not a whole lot of health between them, that's for sure. Max came in and cleaned up a little bit there as well, so really nicely done there from them. But I think that was the play that Vitality needed. That was sort of their indicator that, oh, we're getting far enough into this game that we can actually fight now.
Yeah, and actually they got caught out because if you look at it, Mina was killed first in that fight. Like, Noob just had the better engage there. And they got a blue tower, and the Abyssal Dragon is taken by the side of Team Noob. Now the deficit is now 5k. This is where, you know, Vitality needs to turtle now because of the number of dragons that Team Noob has stacked. It's 5 dragons. Look at the level lead. It's 15, 14 compared to mostly 12s and 13s on the side of Vitality. So it's really dangerous to risk any fights right at this moment.
Yeah, this is clutch. They need to make sure that they don't overextend right now. Vitality is hanging on a knife's edge. If they lose any fight sort of at this stage, that might be the tipping point here for the side of Team Noob. Team Noob is feeling confident. They have reached their power spike. They want to look for that fight. They want to force the engagement. They want to force the errors here. They have managed to take a couple towers here. Actually, just a few. Only one actually so far in the middle of the map right now. So this is actually pretty crucial there, or 2 so far running down that mid lane. So Team Noob actually not getting as many structures here as they need to be, and only 6 kills to 5. So despite the fact that we are hyping up Team Noob for their early game composition, Vitality has done a great job of not getting too far behind.
Yeah, Vitality is turtling really well here. They're also posturing around Darkslayer, making sure that if Noob wants to get on this Darkslayer, they are risking a lot and risking a chance for Vitality to collapse on him. But now it's a really good time to take Darkslayer because they chunked 2 people low on the side of Vitality.
Yeah, they have done the damage they need to. They have opened up the window, but now Poseidon maybe stepping too far forward. All doesn't matter. All the while, Max deciding not to overcommit there on that Darkslayer. That was a huge call there from him. Just dropping himself off in the mid lane, trying to reset that out right now because the Darkslayer buff and the level advantage, the gold advantage, all the advantage going the way of Team Noob. They need to convert, though. They need to get some takedowns. They need to find these additional picks, like onto Azura, another taunt. The follow-up there, Zuka's gonna try and go in. Can he commit to this?
Wow.
Maybe overstepping, but the follow-up is their pitch as well. The backup, the clutch from the side of Team Noob converting that. Zuka does end up falling, but it was still enough there. They're gonna get this tower, they're gonna get the kills. That was massive from them.
Yeah, that was a crazy dive by Zuka there. And Mina just surviving long enough to do damage. And look at Moon, he's going too aggressive, but Endure is used, but it's not enough, and he's gonna get killed. And that is very unfortunate. That was a too aggressive play. Just clean the wave. Your opponents have Darkslayer. There's no reason to be aggressive. Clean the wave, protect yourself, and don't keep the bleeding.
Stay positive, and don't die. That is the play right now for the side of Vitality, but Team Noob is looking really solid. Again, the Zuka dive was there, but Pitch was like, I can get behind this. Let's go. The teamwork was 100% there. The synergy for the side of Team Noob is on fire right now. Despite the fact that they had a little break earlier, they are clearly coming back into this game looking super solid. They have pushed in all of the towers of Vitality. Only the high grounds remain. Azur needs to be so careful.
Oh,
Lockdown is there. And that is the pick they needed to not have happen. I complimented Vitality so much on not giving up any unnecessary deaths, but that was the one that could cost them this entire game.
Yeah, she's got to be. Amina just has no escape, and her abilities are meant to taunt and force you to focus her. So she is not really the best person to get any escapes there. So the positioning has to be done in a way that when the Noob wants to dive on your carries, then you use the taunt to then counter initiate and counter engage. But right now, with them being caught out, this is really a rough situation for them.
Pitch is going into the back line with the dive. King is trying to split all the while they're chasing them down onto the core. Zuka getting so much damage that carries the back. Moon is trying to stand tall onto the core, but G is going to fall as well. Look at the damage coming out from the side of Team Noob as they are pushing in onto the high ground right now. Sweetaro is the last man standing. Team Noob cycling those health bars beautifully, getting 2 high ground towers, but Azur is rejoining the fray. The spins are going to be there. Can he actually do this? No! Oh no! Binding, no kills is that Mina, and with that, that is going to be GG. Game number 1 is going to go over the way of Team Noob. They are looking solid, pushing in, and that is going to be GG. They take game number 1 here in our finals for the EU Cup.